Oh, it's starting. Okay.
For you or me?
Oh, it doesn't really matter. Okay. Hello, pupils, and welcome back to This Week in Football. I am your new host, Aslan, and I'm joined by MK. So a bit of housekeeping. We have sacked Usman for being a complete waste of time. He's never on time. I'm the only consistent person on this pod. I've been here on every show, and we felt like we needed to move on from this. No, I'm kidding. Usman has uni, and he's currently, I think, getting back or he's going out or something. So we have been told to hold down the fort while he's, missing.
Yeah.
And
Usman
hopefully,
holiday. The
yeah,
cheeky holiday.
Usman does everything for us, so he gets
Yes,
a deserved holiday from us. We pay him absolutely nothing to do everything for us,
yeah.
so he
Oh,
gets a holiday. But yeah, we will round up. We have a big week because we have to go through the kind of review for last week. We'll go over some of the games more in depth. Like certain teams. We'll also go over Champions League
oh yeah.
because there's a big week in Champions League. Some of us have qualified, and others wanked over. A draw against Atalanta.
Oh,
But
yeah.
anyway,
Definitely touching
we'll
that
move
soon.
on to that, and we'll preview some of the fixtures. So starting off in about what, an hour, 2 hours, we
Yeah,
have
too, yeah.
Southampton Villa. Now Southampton again, they're slowly picking up speed. They got another nice victory, another clean sheet. Livramento is still flipping wicked.
So good.
He's one of the signings of the summer. Even though
Like, for me, yeah.
I think he's on loan, or maybe they bought him. I can't remember.
I think they bought him, but Chelsea have a buyback clause. But I think the buyback clause is
I mean, they've got Rich
free.
James in it, and they've got Azpilicueta. I mean, they could move on from. I don't think they'll move on from Azpilicueta yet. So,
Yeah.
I think Southampton have done excellent buying him. Che Adams got on the score sheet, I think, and yeah, it was just a good performance. And on the other hand, you had Villa, who just look.
Struggling.
They're just so weird. Like coming into the summer, everyone was like they won the transfer window.
I
I'm
think there's a
kind of
pattern
done with
going on with
people.
transfer windows.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Like,
done with people saying X team won the transfer window or not because
it's never a good
the
thing.
team, yeah, the team that always wins the transfer window is the one that always does terrible.
Yeah,
But
really.
I mean,
And
to
Villa
me,
had a,
what
it's weird with Villa though, because they got the players, but then the manager's setting up in a weird formation. I think that game against United for the manager. Because when they beat us with a 3-5 or 3-4-3, was it? Or it's a 3-5-2 actually. The E4, yep, that's going to work for us against every team. It's not
yeah, but
working at all.
you can't. I think they're just struggling to put everyone into a system that works and benefits everyone. Like Leon Bailey sometimes gets sub appearances and they don't really know how to fit him. And they've got players that they've used for a lot. Like I think Anwar El Ghazi seems to be surplus to requirements, and he always came up with important goals for them. So it's a bit
Yeah,
surprising, but
it's a bit weird too. They could still use the goals, but I think because the fact I have Watkins, Ings, and then
yeah,
Leon Bailey, and two of them are
and
signings.
Buendia and like
Buendia.
now they've got Danny Ings is injured, and it's not like their offense was firing with him, but without him, bloody hell. But you know what? I think I think Southampton have been really they've been slowly just ticking along, and that's all they really need to do. They just need to keep getting results from somewhere at least. And if they can keep doing that, all the right now their owners are just content with staying in the league, I think, and that's what they want. So they hired a great manager to get, in my opinion, he's a really good manager to get the most out of a squad that really shouldn't be doing as well as they can. And I believe in them. I'm going 1-0.
Is it Villa's ground?
It is. I think it's at Villa's ground. To my no, Southampton are at home. It's at the St Mary's. My bad.
I'm going for Southampton to win, man. Let's go.
Oh no!
1-0 Southampton.
Now it's definitely going to be like 3-0 Villa.
How? Dean Smith is not like Oli or even Arteta extent where their job's on the line and they come out of nowhere. I think Dean Smith's going to. I think they'll
He
give
had
this a team.
good victories. He beat Everton when they were firing. He beat an excellent Man United squad. But
Um,
I see your point. Speaking of United, big 12:30 kickoff against the bold fraud and his lot.
Well, obviously, our Champions League game on midweek, and we got
Wait, what
outplayed
happened?
again.
Yeah, what was your last Premier League game? I actually forgot about who you played.
It was Tottenham.
Oh yeah, big victory there. I told you, Ollie is at the wheel.
Yeah, I knew we was going to win that game. Even though I had lost, it just lost just the hope we lose.
Yeah, as
I felt like
Conte
we was
said,
going.
you won the battle, but you lost the war because following that, Tottenham sacked their manager and have now signed Antonio Conte.
One of the world's best, comfortably one of the world's best.
Well,
and
you
it's
have
so annoying.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who's progressed every single year. What a manager!
It's crazy because Bruno Fernandes, just as soon as you saw that, he had obviously a preview of Sky Sports for the City game. And he said, we played, or we having more points this season than we had last season at this stage.
I agree.
And that's actually scary because I thought we had it. Because that means last season, I remember last season when we lost 1-0 to Arsenal, we was 15th in the league. That's where we should have sacked him. Because that's literally before we lost at Istanbul. The following game after Arsenal lost to Istanbul. So that's where he should have went. The fact that there's been 3 years where he could have went, and now we're in a situation where we're in and we just won the El Sackico derby, or should I say we lost that derby? How can there be a sacking derby? That is crazy.
And then following that big victory against Tottenham, you had an even bigger 1-point draw against Atalanta.
So Atalanta was facing Ronaldo basically. That was the Ronaldo show. Literally just Ronaldo. Now was the only one that's causing a problem. I think when we play 3-5-2, because we started off with 3-5-2 and with Rashford up top, we actually stopped pressing at all. We don't press anymore. What we do is we sit off. So basically, Jose Mourinho, which is all right, but when your whole philosophy, or I say philosophy, but his whole thing where you're saying that he wants to be in the front foot, get the ball off them, high pressing, whatever, and you just abandon that and just go for 5-3-2 and just sit off teams and let teams just outplay you. I like to have all the ball, all the possession, all the territory, and they feel like one pass through and they're scoring. And that's what happened with the first goal for Ilicic. Okay, they should have done better, but that's neither here or there because he's been great for us this season, anyways. But it just outlands our players. Basically, Eric Bailly on defense covering Maguire, who's been atrocious. Maguire's been so bad, and I can't see why he keeps playing him. The only reason why he's playing him maybe because of injuries, but even when like Varane, all these guys were fit, and Lindelof was fit, Bailly was fit, Maguire was still starting. So it's just for me, we're in a situation where Ollie's in survival mode. He's just surviving. He's just going for any means to survive, any formations, anything that will just make sure that he doesn't lose, or if he does lose, it's not an embarrassing loss. So that's why the City game, it's going to be tricky because I don't know how I'm going to call this.
Yeah, City are weird because Ollie's actually got a very good record against Pep. Especially in the league. I don't think. Yeah. I can't remember. I don't think Pep might have. When was the last time Pep beat him? I think was that 18-19 season.
Yeah, Sane scored.
Yeah, and Rashford was utterly awful.
It was a 2-0 City.
Yeah, but clearly Solskjaer told them to play terrible because we were going for the league at the time, which is fair enough. I can
that season when City won the league, isn't it? 19. Yeah, I won the league that season, yeah.
And that was one of the banana slip games along with Leicester to try and give City some form of resistance. But oh well, yeah. You move on from that, and could have won the Premier League and the UCL, but thank you, Ollie, and thank you, Brendan.
That's the only time I've done a good job of losing. But no, for real, though, I can't really see that. That Atlanta game was so bad. Do you watch the Atlanta game?
No, I don't watch any United. I don't want to watch any United game.
Is it because we make teams look awful? Is it because we make games look awful?
So boring. Like you just know what's gonna happen. It's the same problem that's been there. You're not a team. You're a collection of individuals with no attacking patterns, no ability to cohesively work together at all. Your defense doesn't work with your keeper. Your keeper doesn't have any connection towards the midfield, the defense. Nothing's cohesive. Nothing works in any form of synergy. It's just a bunch of haphazard players. It's a scattergun approach as well. Your signings are on paper great, but when you actually put them into a side, they just don't work and mesh together. There's no strategy. It's just whoever's available, we should go for him. And if they're marketable, then that's even better.
Exactly.
But I mean, you know, for a one-off game, United are one of the best teams for a one-off game, and it's against
When you have
City, who
players like
you
Ronaldo.
should know how to play them. You sit deep, especially with their supposed conversion troubles with no number 9 and whatever else, you know, and Grealish and being great and all of that. You just sit deep and you hope to play on the counter, and obviously you have to be a bit more, you know, you have to have more nous, but I don't know. I just feel like Ollie is the type of manager to get something out of it. And so I'm going to go 1-0 to City.
That's what it should. I mean, in 1-0 loss, I think when we concede, if it is 1-0 and we concede early, we're not scoring. That's over because the City was got another one. But if it's like 1-0, it's on 8th
But
minute.
the thing is, it's at Old Trafford as well. Like, I think if this was at the Etihad, I would have a lot more faith in Ollie.
Yeah, I would, because he would definitely have
Old
no worries
Trafford,
about the crowd.
You guys are porous, absolutely terrible.
It's because when we're in Old Trafford, Ollie has this idea that we have to be in the front foot, which is obviously true. In fact, I have to do that because when you spend that much money and you're at Old Trafford and say you just lost to Palace, you should be able to think, yeah, we should go in the front foot. But when the crowd hate when we play the defensive football, when we're playing part of us football from the beginning, the crowd get on top of us and say attack, 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 and then the players will naturally just go forward a bit, and then that's where City will pick us off. I think the crowd. This is where the crowd will go against us, which is a good thing, in my opinion, because at least we need to actually attack because you can't defend. I mean, we have to defend, but we can't keep putting our defensive line so hard deep, and to the point where Ronaldo and Rashford, I think will play tomorrow, will be starving of service because I can't see where. Because Cavani apparently is injured. That's the rumor now.
What?
Apparently he's not playing on Saturday, which is that's what everyone's saying, and that's why he's not. He didn't get picked for Uruguay too, so that just tells you he's not playing. He's not fit. So now Cavani's not there. I think it'll be Rashford, Ronaldo. But my thing is, will he rush Lindelof?
Probably. He rushes everyone.
And he's match press. The press conference where he said, "Oh, Lindelof, I did tell him we cannot need to come back, and all I can say is we hope Lindelof is back for tomorrow."
That means he's
I was thinking this game on Sunday. Because why is he hoping that he's here tomorrow? You should know today if he's here tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it shows a stark difference.
It's not Sunday league football.
Managers like Klopp won't allow his players to come into the game if they haven't got at least 1 or 2 training sessions in them. Because
you just like the way he's talking is like the game's tomorrow. The game's on Sunday and it's not on Saturday. Like, the game literally tomorrow. You're talking like Leno has time to magically recover. If he's not ready now, he's not ready tomorrow. So there's no point rushing him when we have Eric Bailly's on. He played very well on Wednesday, Tuesday, sorry, and then Maguire was always going to start him. So let's just say he's there, and then you have Phil Jones who's back up now. But you have options.
Prediction then.
My prediction.
Yeah.
3-0 City.
Good Lord. Well, Usman's also gone for 1-0 City. By the way, he went for the Southampton Aston Villa game. I forgot he went 2-2, but he went 1-0. So I'm gonna have to change.
He's keeping away for predictions. I mean, draw. Sorry.
I'm going 2-0.
2-0
to City. Yeah. So that means United are definitely winning. Let's be honest.
I think I don't go for us. Actually, let me add a goal for us. 3-1 Ronaldo. Because when you have Ronaldo, something can happen at any time.
That's a fair point, actually. That's a fair point. But
I'm not getting on to certain people's comments about Ronaldo.
On to Man United's title challengers. Chelsea have got Burnley. Chelsea have been slowly ticking along.
Is that 3 p.m.?
Yes. Chelsea are at home. Chelsea have been good, as much as I don't know how to rate Chelsea though, because as much as like their attack is firing, but
their attack is firing.
It's
their wing backs are firing.
Yeah, it's not their attack is firing, but their wing backs are firing, and that's also there was a nice article in the Athletic about that, about how Tuchel has told his wing backs to almost go out and be wingers and have more touches in the opposing box and play higher up and be more on the front foot. I don't know. I feel like with Chelsea, they're ticking along, and I just expect them to drop, but I shouldn't. because Chelsea are just a really good machine. And to be fair, they shouldn't either because they've got a great manager and they've got a great system, and everything should point to them being an unstoppable juggernaut. But I just have this feeling with Chelsea. I don't know. I still think they'll win this game comfortably. Maybe like I'll go 3-0. I'll go 3-0.
I know what you mean by Chelsea because it's hard. I've never seen a team like this that their forwards are not doing anything. When I mean not doing anything, I'm talking about like goal scoring wise. They're not. I can't see any of them getting 10 Premier League goals apart from Lukaku, and he's injured right now. I can't see Mason Mount getting 10. Can't see Kai Havertz getting 10. Hudson-Odoi just come back to the team.
Hudson-Odoi looks.
Werner, I'm not even sure if he plays anymore. Does he play?
I'm gonna have to change my prediction because Usman has also gone for 3 now. So I'm gonna go 3-1 instead because
I'm going 2-0 Chelsea.
I don't know why I believe Burnley. Actually, no, I don't believe Burnley will score. 4-0 Chelsea. Screw it.
I'm going 2-0. 2-0.
Anyway, on to a very, in my opinion, a very exciting game. Crystal Palace Wolves. Crystal Palace last
great game.
Big victory against Man City.
Two teams that play
good football. I wanted to save this result because it was brilliant. Palace played great. Vieira, he learned from his initial mistake when he played Chelsea, when he went way too pragmatic. And this time he was the right level. He had a bit of luck with the Laporte red card, you could say. But it didn't matter because, I don't know, Palace were just brilliant in my opinion. And playing a Wolves team that also beat Everton 2-1. I don't know. They're both two fun, exciting young teams with,
great
very
players.
good managers. And I don't know.
Really large, isn't it?
Usman has gone with a 1-1 result. I'm going to go 2-2.
I'm going to go for Palace win. 2-1 Palace. Let's go Palace.
On to my two favourite teams. Oh, he wants to
what's your favourite teams? Huh?
Well, Brentford, Norwich. But if you want to change your prediction...
No. I'm holding it because I realise it's the Sellers Park, isn't it?
Yeah, it's at Sellers Park.
Yeah, let's go for 2-1 Palace. Come on.
Yeah, let's not even talk about Brentford, Norwich. It's going to be a comfortable, 2-1 victory for Brentford. No,
2-0 Brentford.
2-0 Brentford. Norwich are the most disappointing team, I think, in Premier League history.
Did Usman go for a Norwich win?
Usman went for Norwich win. Yeah.
He's going to go for Norwich win, even if the face is bloody Bayern Munich.
I wonder what he'll say when he plays us, because is he going to go with Norwich or us?
Ain't no damn way the Norwich are laying a glove on any top 4 team.
Anyway, good lord. One of these weeks he's going to have to be correct, but until that time comes, we'll just look at him with utter disbelief. Anyway, 5:30 for Brighton and Newcastle. I think it's now time to talk about... first of all, let's just all get it out of the way. I don't think anyone's gone with Newcastle win. So how much are Brighton winning? Because Usman's got 3-1 Brighton.
I'm confused. Why's that a 5:30 game?
I don't actually know.
I think that shit at 12:30. I know.
Especially because Everton Tottenham is at 2:00 as well.
Everton will be a great 5:30 game. That'll be a great Saturday evening.
That's also because Tottenham had Europa League, so that's fair.
Oh yeah. But United, we had Champions League, and we played, and then City had Champions
League.
Yeah,
but no one likes United. Yeah, let's be real. But anyway, we're moving on.
Damn it, man!
I'm gonna go 2-0.
I'm gonna miss like first half of that game.
2-0 Brighton. Yeah, 2-0 Brighton. I'm gonna go 2-0 Brighton.
Yeah, same result. I literally think that's 2-0. That is just 2-0.
No,
even though they got Eddie Howe, what do you think about Eddie Howe appointment?
This is the same manager that bought flipping Jordan Ibe, Dominic Solanke off of us for like 60 million, and you're giving him a checkbook. Bloody hell.
He obviously was going to always accept the job because he has no job right now. No one came for him. So
I get it. This can go either one of two ways. Because I think Eddie Howe, I think we do look at him kind of unfairly because, because of the last season. But he did well to keep Bournemouth. I just think he needs what Brendan Rodgers had. He needs someone on the transfer side to kind of coast him through it. Because Brendan Rodgers, before he got his little transfer advisor, he was terrible. He was picking horrible players, absolutely horrible. Lazar Markovic for 25 million. Fabio Barini, Ricky Lambert.
Fabio
The less
Borini,
said about
good
that.
gracious.
But I think Eddie Howe can be a good appointment. I just don't. The last season at Bournemouth really soured it, and his transfer policy is a bit wishy-washy. But I don't know. I think it's a decent appointment. But
It's a
if
risky
you compare
one.
it, if you compare it to the other manager, Graham Potter, that's done. I mean,
Unai Emery was also questioning about the strategy and the planning, and obviously now
I just don't think, because it's weird because we went from Unai Emery, bang on the job, to suddenly Eddie Howe's got it. Unai Emery says no, and it's fine.
I think it's the way he approached Unai Emery too. Like he's literally playing Champions League game.
Yeah,
And
they just I think that's when you get money, it's just something that like
You think you can
it
get
doesn't
anybody?
cloud you, but it changes you.
Yeah, the
Because
perception was different. I think they need to get
this
DOF.
belief that you can get whatever you want. And
Yeah, that's just.
clearly, Unai Emery was not having that.
They're very inexperienced, Newcastle.
Yeah,
Which is why it will take time.
We haven't spoke about Brighton's draw. It's a
they would play there already.
We should have. The first opening 20 minutes, or until we lost Kaita, we were great. And then even the initial, because Ox got the assist and Ox's ball was brilliant. And everything was going well. We should have probably scored a bit more. But then you just saw it again. Like the midfield, like everyone talks about how the defense and Van Dijk is not at this level, and Konate is this, and Matip is that, and Robertson's doing this. And yes, they all have individual problems that they need to fix, or they like Klopp needs to align them. And we had a good performance against Atletico, but like the midfield, when we were being overrun consistently. And I mean, Henderson as the DM, if he's going to be a DM, he needs to take control of that. And Jones was terrible tracking back. Ox was gassed. You saw him, he was gassed completely. And he only came on for 60, 70 minutes. But Brighton took control of the midfield. They got their goals. They got back into the game. And they got the goal before half-time, I think, which was crucial. And then we just never looked capable of scoring after that. It was fair play to Brighton. We can't afford these slip-ups, but just because Liverpool should be winning doesn't mean that you can't credit the other team. And Brighton were just as good as Liverpool were bad. And you can have both of that, but it was annoying. It was a very annoying game.
Yeah, Brighton are a very good football team. They're really coached. We said this last year about the XG and whatever and how they're playing so well, but they can't finish. Now they mix and they can finish now. Still not great, but it's still good enough. And now they go around the European spots or close to it, so they're doing very well. But yeah, Newcastle game should be easy. 2-0 Newcastle Brighton.
Yeah, moving on to Sunday, we've got 4 games on Sunday with no Monday night because international break is coming up. Every football fan's favourite time. We'll start off with a good game, I think. Actually, there's two good 2:00 games. But we'll start off with Everton Tottenham.
Conte's debut, Premier debut for Tottenham.
Yeah, he started in the conference thing, and it was 3-2 with I think 3 sendings off, 2 pitch invaders, and it was overall a pretty fun game. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, the Don got the first goal, but
as usual.
Yeah, but
Hurricane got assist, I think.
As again, Tottenham's defenders were absolute bozos. Eric Dyer is positively awful, and I think Eric Dyer will, if he plays on Sunday, he'll come in with a broken nose because Conte will have beaten the living crap out of him. But
he's really raging.
This is a very generous game because Everton, they had a good opening start where they won 3 of their first 4, but ever since they've dipped, and I think this is a collective problem. You can't just put this on Brand and you can't put this on Benitez, or even the players. You have to put this on everyone. This is a collective thing, and they're good players like Pickford to an extent, and DCL when he was there, they papered over cracks, but now the cracks are fully formed. So I think this will be a good. I don't trust this Tottenham defense. I'm gonna go 2-1 Tottenham win. Usman's gone 2-1 for Everton.
Ooh. Conte first loss. Ooh. I think Even though it's so early, because maybe you probably already had like 3 to 4 max training sessions.
Yeah, he hasn't had a
I
lot.
see. Yes, I don't think he had 4. I know he had 4. Like, probably had like 3 or at least 3 minimum, maximum. Sorry. So yeah, he's not got much to work with that early, and they were so bad against United. So I'm thinking they will concede. It's happening. They were definitely conceding. But they haven't got Calvert-Lewin, and Calvert-Lewin always cause trouble. Team cause. Sorry, they can cause Tottenham any trouble with Calvert-Lewin. But when you haven't got Calvert-Lewin, I just don't see how they're gonna score more than 1 goal. Richarlison is not enough, so I'm going for 2 on Tottenham.
Interesting. You've gone the same as me. And we'll move on to our next one, Leeds-Leicester. Now, Leeds came up with a well-deserved point last week. Well, not even well-deserved, but a well-needed, I should say, point last week. And Leicester they got handled by Arsenal last week. And
yeah,
they were panned. And then in Europa, they were, what's it called? They got a draw again. They've got 2 games left to try and rectify that, but they're currently 3rd in their group. Leicester have just had such an up-down season.
That's why I'm here.
High of a big win against United, followed by these crushing losses, and it's just
No. We need to go back to that United. Look at Villa. There's another example of they'll take United serious. Man, yeah, not a team where you think you beat them all. Great, no, we're terrible. So Villa, you don't beat us. Yeah, get happy for that one time, but it's not good because we're not a good team. That's likewise for Leicester, even worse. Even though they scored 4 goals, which is obviously a good achievement, but we're not the barometer of any team's success. We are terrible. So that's what we have to get out of the way. That's why Leicester have done nothing apart from that Brentford win. They didn't follow up with good form. How are they 3rd in their Europa League group? Brendan Rodgers, see that Brendan Rodgers Man United link. I'm with that. I'll be so. If I hit that link one more time, I'd rather keep Holly.
Good Lord, I wouldn't go that far. At least Brendan Rodgers.
Hit me out for that because I just know Brendan Rodgers will fail. So I'd rather keep a failing manager ready and find a better replacement than just prolong this prolong this process of failing. We're getting a new manager because that new manager will get 2 to 3 years. I don't want no new failing manager because Brendan Rodgers will fail. Whilst Ten Hag or Luis Enrique probably won't.
Talking about failing, Usman's gone for a 2-1 Leicester win, and I'm gonna go.
This is so hard, though. I'm going for Leeds win. I'm going for 1-0 Leeds.
Good Lord, I'm going to go with a nice 3-1 Leicester win. I've got to believe that they can at least beat Leeds, man. This is tailor-made for them. Play on the break. Don't flip in concede super goals and just.
I'm going for 1-0 because Daniel James got back for Man United, boy. Even though he used to piss me off, but got to back him. But he hasn't done much since he's joined, and I'm not even sure if Bamford is even fit. Because Bamford's not. It's the Rafinha issue. That's why I'm going for Rafinha.
Yeah, they're playing Gelhardt up front.
Who?
Gelhardt.
Who's that?
I'm gonna be right. I don't know.
Who? Oh, Chiefs scored 1-1.
Wow.
Who the hell is Gelhardt? These guys are not real.
Sorry, I'm very sorry if he ever manages to come across this video. I'm very sorry that we don't know who you are, my friend. But we are little 20-year-olds trying to do our degrees. And
I'm not gonna watch Academy Leeds football, man. God, let's be real. Let's be real. This is a realist show. We don't just lie. We've never heard of Gayle.
We're not gonna chat rubbish about things.
We've heard of Sam Greenwood, Rising Ballers. When you follow Rising Ballers, they always post these young players that you've heard of. So we heard of Sam Greenwood guy.
And speaking of Rising Ballers, Arsenal have been reliant on their young ballers and their old resurgence ballers such as the
best player originally.
Actually put together a good run of form. I think right now they're one of the form teams in the league. 3 wins, 2 draws in their last 5. I mean, they're up there. Along with the likes of Wolves and Chelsea, for instance. We got 3 draws in our last 5. Forget about that. I don't want to talk about Liverpool yet, but they're playing Watford, and this is a great time because this is right before they play us. This will be a big booster for them, momentum-wise. And I'm gonna go with 3-0 Arsenal because this Watford side is so confusing. But They went from beating
Ooh,
Everton 5-2 to losing.
is that at Emirates?
It is at the Emirates, yes.
Oh, yeah. 4-0 Arsenal.
Wow.
I think they are a serious team. Like I told you, this is a 1 game a week super team. Unless they have the Carabao Cup. That's a different story. But
Well,
in the Premier League,
we
1 game a week.
all went in different scales. You went 4-0, I went 3-0, Usman went 2-0. And on to the last game of the week in Liverpool West Ham. Now, this is an exciting game.
That's a good game.
We need to talk
That's
about Atletico.
That's a good game.
Tandem.
I think that game will be better than Manchester Derby. Liverpool West Ham. Because the only way it's going to be good is if City smash United. So everyone else got laugh. Or United win, because then people still laugh that Oli will stay. But I think Oli will stay regardless, I'll be real.
Yeah, Hey, don't worry, man. So Liverpool West Ham, we had Atletico in the week, and that was fun. I'm so happy we hyped Simeone. I absolutely hate him. I hate his style of football. And
Who's style of football? Simeone.
Yeah, and the very good win. Trent, 2 beautiful assists. Jota and Mane on the score sheet. The only sad thing was Firmino coming off injured with a hamstring injury. So, typical Liverpool, 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
And, you got David Origi.
I think he's out for more than 4 weeks, so we'll go into the December time with maybe not even Firmino, and we're gonna have AFCON this year, it seems. So fun times, Please buy the Taka.
It'd be very, very funny if it's Senegal versus the Egypt final.
Yeah, West Ham had a 2-2
West Ham. They were sharp as. Did they win a European game, or was it a draw?
No. They drew it, but they qualified, so it didn't matter. And they beat Tottenham last week 1-0. They beat West Ham 4-1.
West Ham at London Stadium or your ground?
It is at, annoyingly. Oh no, it's at their stadium. I actually like having more away teams. Right now we're on a 25-match unbeaten streak, so right time to lose, isn't it?
25-game unbeaten streak. Ooh, I mean, that is. This is actually a hard game to call because you think it's Liverpool win.
Yeah, we've equaled our longest unbeaten streak from the 80s, and now it's just a streak from like the 19th century that's longer of like 30 games. But
serious?
And
that's crazy because
first the bottle court unbeaten runs now. I think this is his second 20+ unbeaten run.
It's pretty crazy. This one's probably more impressive in terms of the players you had before. You had Nat Phillips, Reece Williams, making sure that you don't get unbeaten.
Well, speaking of players that we had, Thiago finally came back, and he has hair. I love him.
Well, is Thiago? He's not playing. Is he gonna play? Thiago playing tomorrow? On Sunday?
I think he came on as a sub against Atletico, and Fabinho started, which is really exciting because them two. And then I wouldn't even care if we have Henderson, but Ox had a brilliant game in my opinion. He was very good against Atletico, so I think maybe give Henderson a rest. Maybe that will fix him up.
I'll go for Liverpool.
He's not been at it, but I'm gonna go with. We never make this. I don't know. We've got a decent record against West Ham. I know we've been reliant on some keeping mistakes from Fabianski. And Usman's gone with a 1-1 West Ham draw, so that's excellent.
But is it good for a draw?
Yeah.
This 4th draw of in 5 games, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to go with 3-1 Liverpool.
I'm going for 2-1 Liverpool. I think they'll score.
Well, can you go with the draw again? Because most of the times you went with the draw, we won.
Nah. I don't want you to win. But even then, West Ham's got one of the form players in the Premier League, Declan Rice. And you also got the form player of the Premier League, Mohamed Salah. So,
well, he hasn't scored in 2 games, so he's finished.
He's in that level where if he doesn't score, it's like, what? He didn't score. So
yeah, I think against Atletico, he was really good, but also I think he was trying for the solo goal too much. And there were some opportunities where he could have played a pass, but you know what? If he's got right now, when you have a player like that and he's on a hot streak, you just have to
Let him go.
work with it.
Unlike #30, who's got 0 GNA in the league. But back to Liverpool. Best player in the world versus one of the best young DMs in the world. It's got to be like Liverpool win 2-1 over Liverpool.
Did I go with 3-1? Yeah, I went with 3-1 because I think we've got a good record against West Ham.
Yeah, you do. And Henderson plays well against them for some reason.
I don't know.
He's got personal vendetta against West Ham.
Yeah, every time he sees their name, like, I've got to do well this week.
Yeah, the Mark Noble comparisons of 10 years ago might have rattled him. But made a West Ham pivot, Mark Noble and who's the other guy? Proper West Ham midfielder.
Oh.
He's got a British name.
Kevin Nolan, right?
Yeah, Kevin Nolan, yeah. Mark Noble and Kevin Nolan pivot. That was classic West Ham, that.
Oh, bloody hell.
Now they got a massive upgrade in Declan Rice and Souček. But yeah, West Ham going to win this, aren't they? Liverpool will win this.
If West Ham win, do you think they'll be in the title race?
Well, they're above us. They'll be above City right now. And would they be above you or the same level?
Let me look at the table.
If we beat
City, they're fourth. The top three are the top three.
I'm saying if we beat City or draw and West Ham win, will West Ham not be above them?
Yes, they're on the same point.
So exactly. So if West Ham win, they're technically speaking in the title race, but I think the Europa League will screw them over because they'll have to be against even better teams, and they'll play their better players.
The thing is, when teams like West Ham and Leicester always go up, they always have that period of like their resurgence, and then by the latter half, they're like dipping, and they slowly can't arrest that dip.
Yeah, because they have quality players, but haven't got enough quality players. Like they can't keep relying on BKP to bail them out, or Bowen, who's a bit wishy-washy sometimes. Sometimes if he's on form, sometimes he's not even there for like 3 months. So yeah, by around February, March, you're thinking, weest Ham nowhere near in the race. I can see that happening. So I'm not going to be reactionary. Just say. I think
instead of the title, they have a good chance at Europa. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, the Europa League level team.
I think if they have a shot between top 4 and Europa, you go for Europa.
Yeah.
Because you get the benefit of top 4 along with the trophy. And I don't care what anyone says, yeah.
Oh my word.
For West Ham, that would be incredible.
That's legendary. David Moyes be one. I can see if that happens, David Moyes probably a great serve manager. Or definitely a great serve modern day manager.
I mean, they won the World Cup.
Oh yeah, the nice 6-0. Yeah. They clean that trophy, innit? If England won a Euro, I'm thinking, we had that guy in midfield, Declan Rice. Without him, we don't win no Euros. Get out of here. West Ham, we don't win no trophies. But if West Ham win the Europa League, even with a top 4 challenge, or even get top 4, that's crazy. Actually, even if they get top 4 in itself, that's amazing. So that is crazy.
I think it would be better than Leicester.
But that can only happen if Oli stays in the job. Because look at United players, man. Come on, look at the players that United have. No damn way they should have been in top 4 race, but they are. But yeah, man, I'm going for West Ham.
If we're having an Antonio Ronaldo conversation, very close.
Put Antonio United, we're only 4th in the Europa League. We're only 4th in Champions League. And that's not to do with Antonio. It's to do with who the hell is scoring the clutch goals? Nobody.
Oh, by the way, where are you in your Champions League group?
We're technically first. We're first, yeah, but we're playing like we're 4th. But we're first. We got beat by young boys. We got played by Villarreal and Atlanta, but we keep using this guy called Ronaldo. He keeps beating us up.
And just to end off the show, just like last week, we have to offer an update. Pakistan are into the semis, boys. Let's go. Yeah.
So are England.
Yeah, but like, who cares about England?
That's what England are. I feel like England are like the team that are moving. Not Chelsea. Who cares, damn? And Chelsea win, no one cares.
It's all about the feel-good story. And the feel-good story is the Pakis are back in it, boys. We're back in
Pakistan are dangerous. Wow, it seems to be. Or England are the team to beat, we'll say.
I mean, your group, both groups, the second place is heating up because I think South Africa and Australia go into the last game on equal points.
Who won Australia? Sri Lanka, Australia?
No, Australia and South Africa. They're both on 6. So I think they both need to win, and then it's I think it's based on net run rate. So whoever has the high, and England have South Africa, so
I hope England smashed them up for no reason. Just beat them.
I hope not. I really like South Africa, but also I think I'd rather play this Australia side simply because Australia routinely give us beatdowns, and I'd really like to be on the opposite end of that. You know,
So reverse
beat
India.
the living crap out of them.
So
all
the repeat of the India game.
Pain and hatred and everything they've given to me. Oh God!
Well, where are New Zealand in the groups?
They're second as well right now, but India finish off. Oh wait, are India done? No, India aren't done yet. They've got to play Namibia. No, yeah, they've got to play Namibia, and New Zealand have to play Afghanistan. Now, if New Zealand win, they're through. But if they don't, again, it's on net run rate, and currently, I mean,
India better one.
I hope New Zealand go through. It'll just be hilarious if India don't. Like,
Wait, so basically, Afghanistan has the hopes of India going through.
Yeah, and Afghanistan win as well. I think actually they won't go through now.
So there's only really 3 teams that can go through.
Well, yeah, but if New Zealand win, it's done.
Oh,
But if Afghanistan win, then it's tight because then 3 teams will be on 6 points.
for the greater good, let's go New Zealand.
For the greater good, yeah, because
screw India, man.
I mean, as much as I want Afghanistan to win, they'd have to do so much to get a win that I think it'll be ridiculous.
Well, Pakistan versus New Zealand.
We already beat them. We'd play so the top.
We don't play.
So you would play whoever finishes second for our group. We play whoever finishes second in your group. So you would play one of India, Afghanistan, New Zealand, and we would play one of South Africa or Australia.
Wait, if Afghanistan beat New Zealand, are they through?
Let me go check the table because it gets very confusing. Crickinfo.com.
That's interesting. That's crazy. If Afghanistan beat New Zealand, they're through. What? Imagine him. Could you imagine that?
They could. I think they could be. I'm not too sure about everything, but okay. Here, let me look at the table. So currently, Afghanistan and New Zealand are on 4, and India have a better net run rate. So if Afghanistan are going to win, they have to do it convincingly. It's funny that Afghanistan, India, and New Zealand have better run rates than us.
They all have better run rates than you?
They all have better net run rates than us, but we're top and they're second, third, and fourth.
but what's
we
crazy?
Have to play Scotland, so
you love Scotland. Yeah, that's
through anyway. So we
can stack pad the run rates. You can stack pad the run rates.
Actually, I mean, we could lose, but I wouldn't want us to lose because I want to finish top. But if we do lose and we don't finish second, and we do finish second, we play you, and that will be fun.
You'll beat us. Come on, that's Scotland. You're beating Scotland. What the hell? You could be your under 20 cricket team and beat them. Scotland.
I don't know. I think England Pakistan now has a greater importance because after New Zealand cancelled their tour, so did England, and it showed England to be a complete pile of shit nation that didn't reciprocate any goodwill that we gave because when they needed help and people to talk, we graciously every year went to England and they didn't return the favour. They just showed the class of how terrible England really are.
Screw England, man. But what I believe. Wait, so the realistic option is Afghanistan. I mean, the dream would be Afghanistan to beat New Zealand convincingly, and
India don't. If India don't win or India don't do it convincingly, and it's very tight, then Afghanistan go through.
And Afghanistan will face England. So potentially, if things come out to be a dreamy way, we might see the rivalry, or I don't know if it's a rivalry, but Afghanistan versus Pakistan final.
Yeah.
Which obviously
same thing with India, Pakistan. We could see a Pakistan-India final.
Oh wow, that is.
To be honest, if we do get to the final, whoever we play will have some sort of hatred towards.
Yeah, so whoever, but we obviously have to deal with Australia, right?
Yeah, well,
Most likely England facing New Zealand. That's the most realistic option.
yeah. And
So England, New Zealand, and
realistically, we're
Pakistan
probably
versus.
playing Australia because Sri
Oh, damn it, that's
Lanka
boring as well.
aren't
Hopefully
that
Pakistan's
good.
back up at Australia, man. Pakistan in the final will be scenes, but India in the final too. God.
Again, I'm not getting ahead of myself. We could still mess this up, and I think that's a nice place to end the show off. You know, please
Quick
everyone
start round
go
2.
shout out Usman for being untrustworthy, and yeah, that's the show. Peace.
Peace, everyone. Salam.